Every now and then, the internet can be cruel. It can be brutally honest. It can be very. It can be the court of public opinion to the tenth power. The subject today is Bun B, and the issue is: did he snitch by taking the stand in regards to his home invasion? The young man who burglarized his house, broke into his home, and held his wife at gunpoint. Now, this gentleman has since copped out, and so the issue is at hand is Bun B took the stand for the prosecution, and apparently a sentencing hearing. Again, the young man has already copped out. Bun B is trying. He took the stand for the prosecution to give his testimony, to give his recall of events that happened on that day that his house got burglarized by that gentleman. So, or the suspect, or the inmate right now. But in any other world, any other normal world, what Bun B did in defense of his wife and for supporting his wife and giving his testimony as the daily events that his wife has been traumatized and just hasn't been right since that day, it would be considered heroic. That's his wife, and he loves his wife. And when his wife is not right, and we all been there. We have a significant other. They're going through some things, man, and you feel helpless. You just want them to feel better. If it's mentally, you sometimes you don't understand, but they're going through something. You just want them to feel better. You want to support them as much as possible to get through it. And so that's the struggle. Bun B took the stand for the prosecution and giving his testimony and how his wife has been coping with that situation and coping with life since that situation. And it's been a struggle for her. And Bun B got emotional about it. He's very emotional. I could see, the hurt, the pain, the anger, everything. I could see it in his face. And I sympathize with him. But what I can't sympathize with is taking a stand and assisting the prosecution implement more jail time for an individual who already copped. I guess he got 40 years or something. I could be wrong. I think the number is 40 years, which I think is extreme, but it is what it is. Did Bun B's testimony help him get that 40 years? I'm going to say yes, because that's the reason why he got on the stand. If his testimony wasn't going to help, what was the point of putting him on the stand? And then my question to Bun B, why would you need to go on the stand if the young man has already copped out for to the crimes? His still his fate. I mean, his fate is sealed. So I know it's a hard one, man. I know it can be cruel. The streets are cruel, man. But that's why they make sidewalks. Don't play them if you're not going to be totally all in. Real life catches up, but you're married to another life as well. You know what I mean? So when your content and your music, which is great music, by the way, don't get me wrong, great music. And when you and Pimp C was doing your thing and doing your 1-2, and a lot of your music was talking about elements that goes on in the streets and the retribution that can come behind, you crossing me up, or disrespecting me in the streets or any kind of way, um, you know, that's the music you're putting out. But then, on the other hand, you're on a witness stand and you're for the prosecution. That's an issue. Am I wrong? That's an issue. You know, you're dancing on both sides of the fence. But then you you go up to help the prosecution. You're saying F the police in the streets, but helping the prosecution when you got in the situation. That's the dilemma. And so when there's a dilemma like that, you go to the rules. And the rules are you don't help the prosecution at any point. No time. You never help them to convict anybody. You don't do it. Now, if you want to, you play dumb, you play stupid, whatever, and you handle it yourself. Or get it handled. However you do it. But you don't help the folks. Especially when the individual already copped. He's already done. He's already shaking the gates. He's done. He's up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see a need that outside of you wanting this story out there, you want that trauma out there that your wife felt. You wanted people to feel the same thing you felt. Of course, when people are horrified and you give a traumatic story like that, a very dramatic situation and dangerous situation, that's scary. The judge is moved by that. And so when sentencing comes, that goes a long way. That helps out. You can't say it doesn't help. It helps. It was just not a cherry on top. Well, it was a cherry on top. To give more time to that individual who copped out. I didn't make the rules. The rules are what they are. You know what I mean? It's ugly. That's why like I said, you got the choice. You stay on the sidewalks and don't venture in the streets. The choices we make makes the person. And unfortunately, real life gets in the way of some of these choices. And we have to make another choice. And that choice reverberates. And there's ramifications with every choice we make. And this is just one of them. And it is what it is. It's, he's a rat. He's a snitch. Hurts my heart to say it, but it is what it is. I don't trust him. You can't trust him in a situation. The music that he talks about, could you trust him to do these type of, these songs, the music? If you're doing this type of content or in the music, if you're in the streets doing that, you can't trust a guy like that who took the stand. Unfortunately, you just can't do it. And that's it. That's just me. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be stupid like that, I guess. I'm just saying. By his words, his music. It was retribution if you crossed him in Pimp C. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of no snitching in his music. Can't have it two ways, bro. You went a little extra, I think. I just think you went a little extra going on the stand when you didn't have to. He's already done. He copped out. What other reason why you need to go on there on the stand to give your testimony unless you're trying to bury the dude? Let's just call it a buck. I mean, it is what it is. It's not hard to figure out. You can't make it go away. It is what it is. You can't try to shape it any other way. I mean, I get it for the people the civilians out there, I get that. who looking at it with a civilian mind, but Bun B is in his music. He wasn't talking like a civilian. He was talking like a guy that he was convincing. He was convincing. He was convincing. So it troubles me to have to stay on. I mean, what it just it is what it is. Men Game Network.